And here we go. What's up, homie?
What's up, brother?
Hey, cheers.
Yeah, cheers, man.
McLight.
We got
Win a
McLights in the
snowmobile.
draft, dude. How great is this?
This isn't bad for a Wednesday night, being able to just watch the draft, have McLights, and potentially give away a snowmobile to a Rube, right?
Yeah, correct, man. This is gonna be great, man. There's a lot of steam with this first overall pick. Woj was just on ESPN saying that they are still taking calls about the number one pick, man, and they might right up to it. So we'll see how this goes. And then, of course, there's steam about Oklahoma City basically wanting the 17th pick. And I think Oklahoma City at one point, maybe in the 2025 draft, is going to have every single pick. They have like 50 picks.
Yeah. That's kind of one thing. And when we did this on Saturday and we were talking with Johnny Athletic, John Krasinski, he kind of mentioned that it was going to be pure insanity, leading up to tonight, but really through the next couple of weeks as free agency will begin on Friday and all of that. And we've already seen it, man. I mean, the trade's going on. You got Chris Paul going to Phoenix. You have the Lakers bid. Who was that? That was Dennis Schroeder, which is a sweet pickup for them. And if they still have Rondo and KCP, it's clearly a repeat situation for them. But now you got Harden turning down $50 million a year. He wants to go with KD and all those guys. And after all of that, we still get to see what the Wolves want to do at number one. I mean, this is just badass.
We got a little Woj bomb here.
Whoa.
The Minnesota Timberwolves remain on the phones discussing possible trade scenarios for the number one overall pick. Gerson Rosas' plan has always been to take this down to the wire. I would assume that they want to, the teams they're talking to are probably 3 and 4 teams that want to get in front of them, in front of Golden State to get Wiseman. But maybe we see them take Wiseman at 1 and then move back. But you also, even though but you can't believe anybody with the Clay news. What if they take Wiseman at 1, hoping that they can get back to 3, and then Golden State takes Anthony, whatever his name is,
Anthony Edwards.
Sorry, at 3. I mean, there's a lot of subterfuge currently going on. I've learned a lot of big words reading about this, as you can tell.
Subterfuge. I absolutely love it. Now, I'm curious about that Clay news. And, I mean, everything I've heard rolling into this, though, is that their favorite player in the draft, they being the Timberwolves, is Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, they love Anthony Edwards.
So if they love him and they want him, who's to be mad about them just taking the guy they love? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you could move back, let's say with Charlotte, and you get PJ Washington and the third pick, I think they do it. But I don't know. There's a lot happening, man. Woj keeps tweeting that they're possibly going to move this pick. Let's see.
And Silver's at the podium right now.
Yeah, they're about to open this up. Adam Silver is the best commissioner in sports. It's not even close.
Among the big 4, probably.
I love Adam.
I love Adam Silver. I think that Goodell just has a really crappy job. Crappy is
$50 million.
Well, there you go. So it might be worth it to have the crappy job. But Silver certainly, I think, as a guy, most endearing.
Yeah.
What do we got going on here? I had to turn the volume down. The interesting thing for the Wolves is that I just want to see them take a swing tonight, some way, somehow. I mean, the toughest thing in the West is like when you have this competitive conference as you do. I mean, you're already chasing it. You're already way behind it as it is. So just getting an Anthony Edwards or a Wiseman or a LaMelo Ball, that's not going to change it, right?
Yeah, correct. And the other thing, too, is if you get Houston to blow their team up and Oklahoma City is kind of, blowing their team up, that's 2 teams that you could leapfrog if you can nail this first overall pick. I mean, you have, as they're showing on ESPN, You have two studs. D'Angelo Russell, we only got to see for a short period of time, was an all-star in Brooklyn. And Karl Anthony Towns, when he's dialed in, is an all-star. They have two young all-stars on this squad, man.
They do, but then that's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know you're a huge Hernan Gomez fan, and I'm sure he's awesome. Yeah, correct. Juancho. But James Johnson, I think he adds grit to the team. He's also like 34 years old, and we're paying him $15 million to play like 10 minutes a night. Malik Beasley's, in the meat grinder with the weed and the AR-15 thing or whatever the hell he was doing. So this team needs bodies and it needs talent. And it's going to be playing catch up with the big timers in this conference. And that would be the Lakers. I think the Nuggets showed you something. And then the Jazz. I mean, you start adding this up, you have Covington going out west. And so then you're going to have Lillard, McCollum, Whiteside, Nurkic, and a Covington. I mean, that's a battling freaking team right there. I mean, they're not going to win it all, but that's a badass team. Oh, by the way, the Warriors still exist in this fray too. So, tonight, I mean, it's all about getting bodies and getting talent. And thankfully they have 3 picks, but I don't know what that translates to in terms of the quality of talent in this draft.
They're showing the Wolves war room, and it looks like somebody's on the phone currently. So we're getting greasy here. Now let's hope that we don't get a bunch of people on Twitter ruining the trades. I hate that.
Well, I'm not even looking at it right now. I'm looking at it, and of course, with my YouTube TV bit, I'm still at 3:17 left on the clock for the Wolves. I'm sure it's under 3 right now.
Yeah, it's about 2:44.
Man, Bald is in. Look at Jay Billis.
Yeah, well,
Billis. I mean,
yeah,
it's just awful.
Yeah, we look like 2 troll dolls that have had their hair burnt off.
Yeah, we are certified hat guys.
Yeah, I always wear a hat, obviously.
Yeah, we are hat guys.
My Whalers hat that they're bringing back. So anyhow.
By the way, just one thing before we continue. I just want everybody, if you can right now, thank you so much for watching us via Facebook Live. If you're on Twitter, I encourage you to go. Thanks to Michelob Golden Light, the great beer that they offer. Go to Facebook. There's actually an opportunity for you to sign up and win. Hopefully win if it's you. Meatsauce would like a ride on it, a customized Michelob Golden Light snowmobile. Yeah.
It's badass, dude. That thing's sweet.
Absolutely. So go and do that. Cheers to all of those that serve us beers at bars and restaurants throughout the metro as things are about to gravely change for you for the second time this year. Sometime in the next 48 to 72 hours. We love you, and we are rooting for you as well, just like we're rooting back to the lesson at hand. Minnesota Timberwolves, about a minute on the clock. Here we go. What are they doing? Is the phone going to be answered by Mr. Rosas? Will a trade be made?
Man, what if they come out and say that they've taken Wiseman? Obviously, then it's a trade. The one thing I'm going to predict, unless somebody like they're reporting on Twitter that unless somebody like the Knicks move up from 8 to 2, I bet we see a LaMelo Ball slide.
You think so?
Yeah. I think his interviews were so awful with some of these teams. Did you see the Jalen Rose thing he did on ESPN? So Jalen, he went Meatsauce on it. Jalen Rose asked him 2 questions, and he was like, "Yeah, we started when we were like 3."
Yeah.
What's the other question? Like he just doesn't listen. Damn it, Shams! I'm unfollowing.
You telling somebody that they don't listen. Okay. These kids they're kids. They're dumbass kids. Like that's the toughest thing for me in large scale scouting and all of that. I mean, LeBron had a receding hairline when he was drafted. I mean, LeBron had to be an adult early, a generational, amazing transformational talent. But these are kids, man. I mean, I'm just, I want to be patient in terms of judging. I want to judge LaMelo on the court versus his dad and all of those things. So, so the clock's run out on my end. Has the selection been made, Saucy?
No, it's about to be. The pick is in. Let's see.
It's got to be Anthony Edwards, right?
Yeah, I think it has to be, yeah.
You know I love Wiseman, but it ain't going to happen.
That's why I think Edwards can help, just giving you that scoring punch. But like Jay said earlier, all these guys at the top.
This is exciting.
Man, what's taking so long?
I don't know. The idea was that we'd drink our first Mick Light before the pick was made, but we're so soft.
Here we go.
What do we got?
2020 NBA Draft. The Minnesota Timberwolves select Anthony Edwards from the
Hey!
Let's go.
Anthony Edwards. Cheers, Mick Light, and cheers to Anthony Edwards,
Yeah,
the
cheers,
member of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wow. Your quick thoughts, Nordo.
I think that among the three that we're talking about, Wiseman, Edwards, and LaMelo, that he's probably the most imposing physical scoring force of the three. I mean, he's going to get in there. He's going to be an instant asset offensively and again, it's trying to judge these kids, and there are people out there that are way better at it than we are. But I've heard, whether it's the motor, it's his desire to play the game, a very unique, and it sounds like emotional childhood that this kid went through.
Yeah, he lost his grandma and his mom in the same year. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, again, the idea that these are kids, and let's not be so quick to judge, that's something. That is, I mean, it's awful, it's tragic, and all of those things. So get him here, get him on the court, and get him with a couple of guys that know how to score as good as anybody in the league with Cat and D'Angelo, and let's play. I mean, Anthony is awesome.
Yeah.
And as big as he is already with his size, already like 220 pounds, his ability to fill out even more. I mean, picture him being aggressive and assertive, getting to the rim and just out-bodying, out-muscling people. I mean, that's sweet. And we need freaking shooters. Anybody that could shoot the ball, come to Minnesota, please. He's one of those guys.
What does this do for Malik Beasley, though?
Well, the thing with I don't see. I mean, he's the first overall pick, so he's going to get action early and often. But I don't see a reason why we couldn't bring Beasley back, as long as the legal side is fixed and figured out. The key with Beasley is he was good for us. He can make it. He can make it happen from beyond the arc. And on top of all of that, if this legal thing gets figured out, he's going to be a lot cheaper now.
Yeah.
Because he's got some knucklehead to him. So if he can pull that side of things together, you can bring him back and you can usher in the rookie. I think that's actually a positive. And when you're a team as bad as the Wolves have been, don't worry about what you're going to do outside of maybe the Cat side of things. You just bring the most talented guy, the best guy that you love, bring him in and worry about all that other stuff later, right?
Yeah, I think that was basically the thing leading up to this, Nordo. And you and I talked a lot about it off the air with Johnny Athletic, with everybody, that this isn't like a 9-win football team where you're like, all right, we got like 2 holes to plug. Let's do it. And we'll just go from there. You're the number 1 overall pick. You're awful. You are awful with an all-star and Karl Anthony Towns on your team. You take the best player. And obviously Anthony Edwards was the best player on their board. So they took him, and here we are.
Yeah. Now, what I'm curious about, though, is how are they going to handle the next 2 picks? So you got 17 and you got 33. I've already seen a bit of steam in terms of, the Wolves and Gerson Rosas. The thing with me, I like Gerson because, and I'll like him forever if for no other reason than that he figured out how to trade Andrew Wiggins. So
Correct.
Gerson,
Or the guy Carl wanted.
So there you go. So Gerson, when it comes to making moves and deals, I'm in on that. Now, Gerson and this organization from a draft acquisition standpoint and selecting and identifying talent, well, I mean, he took Jarrett Culver. So tough rookie season for Jarrett. We traded up to get him.
Who could be moved today?
And so that leaves some, might you say, some evidence to be desired and required. So, but I trust in him to make good moves. And if he's able to do something, maybe with 17, again, shooters. And that's the A topic for me. But what are you going to do at a guard spot? Because if a lot of people love LaMelo Ball, right? Well, if you're going to bring somebody in like that, that's a ball dominant guy. And so do you get a true point guard and then D'Angelo Russell's just going to sit around and wait for his opportunity to shoot? Or are you going to bring in somebody that allows D'Angelo to be the ball dominant guard?
Well, and quickly, as we wrap this up here, there's steam, though, that Oklahoma City and that Wolves are talking about the 17th overall pick. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's got to be for Kelly Oubre, right?
I would assume, yeah. Who is he good?
I liked him in his last year with Phoenix, but he was shipped to OKC along with Ricky. So Ricky's in Oklahoma right now. So there's the thing. No, Oubre is good. Yeah, 6'7", shoots, gets to the hoop. I mean, he's a little bit like Anthony Edwards in the fact that he gets to the hoop and he scores. He's not necessarily the best from outside. So I don't know. Getting a proven, I mean, prior to the draft, didn't you want them to make a trade for a proven starter in this league already?
Yeah, I mean, I would like him to move.
You
back
wanted Devin Booker.
Yeah, I would like him to move back up into the top 10 and get like an Obi Toppin. That would be my bit.
Obi Toppin would be sweet.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, it looks like the Warriors are going to take James Wiseman at 2.
Oh, rich get richer.
Yep. Thank you to Michelob Golden Light.
Any closing thoughts?
I love the Anthony Edwards pick. I loved it when they first got the number 1 overall pick. I thought he was the best player in the draft. But then you watch ESPN before this all starts, and they go with that James Wiseman could be the next Kevin Garnett. Well, then you take James Wiseman number 1 overall, and they did. But
absolutely,
he's about to go to the Warriors.
Well, Wiseman, again, I just think that was my thing from the beginning as I'm getting clipped on by one of my wonderful, beautiful, perfect 5-year-old daughters. Wiseman with Cat, make Cat the 4 and allow him to be a shooter and an offensive-centric guy, and then Wiseman's your true center and rim protector. But they don't listen to me. I listen to Mick Golden Light.
So do I. Mick Golden Light Wales.
Apparently my kids had a couple of Mick Goldens because, no, I'm just kidding. I would never let that happen, despite all stereotypes.
Well, thanks for the Mick Golden money down the drain, Nordo. Way to go.
Okay, it was a freaking joke.
I know.
Mick Golden Light does kick ass, and that snowmobile you're looking at in the center of your screen kicks ass.
How do you win it?
You go to kfan.com, the keyword is contest, and it'll direct you to a Facebook link in which you can sign up for it. And there's no purchase necessary or anything like that. We would encourage you to have a couple of Mick Golden Lights while you sign up for it. And one of you is going to go away with that free Mick Golden Light customized snowmobile. It's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, cheers, Nordo. I'm gonna have some of this beer. My hands have been busy refreshing my Twitter on my iPad and doing all kinds of other things. So I'm going to enjoy this Mick Golden Light.
Your hands are always busy, my friend. There's no doubt about it. Cheers to you. Thanks again to everybody for watching and listening. We're excited. Anthony Edwards, newest member of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Stay tuned to the NBA draft as the Wolves will also be picking, if there's no movement, They'll selected 17th overall, I believe 33rd overall as well. So cheers to you guys. Thanks again to Mick Golden Light. We appreciate the support. And enjoy your evening. Enjoy the NBA draft. We'll see you tomorrow morning, Saucy.
Bye, babe.
All right. Cheers.